St. Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward,
You just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself, 2 thumbs up. Right there, fresh water today. Then we have jerky, the many different tiki huts right there on the Illage Road for great tasting barbecue, jerk chicken, jerk ribs. Go and visit the jerky right there on the Illage Road. We also have jerky tiki hut right there on the Plaza Casino, and also on the Palmfield we have Jimmy, Fat Boy Jimmy right there on the Palmfield for great tasting, delicious food. We would also like to thank GEBE, our water and electricity company. Jimmy, thank you so much for your continued support. J&J Properties for all your apartments and commercial spaces. Give them a call today at 588-1216. That is J&J Properties. Give them a call at 588-1216. Bold Chance Electronics Store. If you lost your TV during a hurricane, come on. Bold Chance have everything you need, whether it's flat screen TVs, LED TVs, computers. Go and visit Bold Chance Electronics Store on the front street. Brother Rolex in the house, what's happening, bro?
Brian Barry, what's going on, man? Good day to you, man. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
I would like to say hello to St. Martin. Good day. Good morning, good evening, and good night, as you say, my brother. You know, my boy Milo behind the camera. What's up? What's good, bro? My brother, we back at it again.
Back at
Sunday
it.
again. Sunday, you know, election is all over.
Yes, sir.
You know, someday I was walking some guy come talk to me, told me. He tell me, relax, you know. You were born in St. Martin, but you was raised in Curacao, and I believe when you're on the radio, you have to give a shout out to our people of Curacao. So I'll give them a shout out.
Nice.
Mene nandi ko sa feliz dia, feliz meinta, feliz tarde. Nós stay. Eu espero você andar conosco. Então, feliz dia para você. Nós está aqui na SOS Radio, na St. Martin. The gentleman told me that he's working construction here after hurricane,
Okay.
and he always listen to us. And they Curacao people come here and they help St. Martin to rebuild back, because they don't have enough hands here to rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right. So we have my father here back at it again, back with us.
Seen him in the house. Say he loves him out so much he can't leave.
Yeah.
Mr. Rolex, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, as you know, recovering nicely, and loving my country. That's all I can say. You know, I have some work to do in Curacao. I'm just organizing now to go and get it done in Parliament in Curacao, and Dr. Moses is going to Holland very soon. They got some work to do in Holland, so I've got to do some preparatory work with her for her to leave. But that's in the future, a few days from now. Let's discuss the past.
Brian Barry,
The people have spoken.
the people have spoken. Okay, we did a different analysis, me, you, and my father. And honestly, my question to you is, what do you think of the results, bro? I mean, your personal, what do you?
For me, after
Two things actually.
Uh-huh.
I think we should look at what you thought before and what you take after, because naturally they're two different thoughts.
the outcome was actually, to me, interesting. Very interesting. It leaned a little bit towards what I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I thought, you know, the seats would have fallen a little different.
Yeah.
You know, 1 or 2 with a switch here and there. I mean, but after the events that we saw leading up to the election, what we saw was expected.
You know, Brian.
With a certain party.
Let me ask you this. You know, a lot of by talking to different people, a lot of National Alliance supporters was very, very disappointed of the results.
Okay.
Meaning they didn't expect it. It would have been like that. You know, tell you the honest truth, Brian, me myself, I didn't expect that either. On election day, my brother, National Alliance was looking like a monster, meaning flat on the road, people on the road. You know, they was looking good. It was really, really looking good. And at a certain point, my mind ran on Curacao again. Another election and experience. Right, they had a party of member of Parliament now, Charles Cooper.
When we were campaigning.
Yes, when I was campaigning with
Dr.
Marilyn Moses. They was looking like a monster, bro.
As well.
Like they was, I mean, so what I'm trying to say is, and they didn't crack a seat, man.
Wow.
They didn't get one
What are you
seat.
trying to say? Looks are deceiving at times.
I'm telling you, sometimes.
Well,
What was I saying now?
No, finish your thoughts.
Yeah,
Finish your thoughts.
um,
I'll come right.
Looks are deceiving, and when I was driving around, I told my father, "Boy, flags, don't be impressed by flags," because. And then I was talking to another politician, also, and he told me, a lot of people is not showing the colors.
Correct.
So let's sit down and
Correct.
wait and see
Correct.
what's
Correct.
gonna happen, you know, and boy, when them numbers start to roll in. Right,
Well,
people
before you
is-
reach the numbers, the analysis before. Last Sunday, or the Sunday before election, last Sunday it was, I said here on this radio station that the demographics of the population were against National Alliance. I said I would vote with the business community because the business community believes that Theo could get it moving, Theo Halliday could get this country moving.
Exactly.
So that, I supported him because that's what I believe, and I still believe so now. Election afternoon, a friend of mine called me, whose name I shall not call, as they say. He called me, he said, "Relax, boy, things ain't looking good for you. Looking good for your boy Theo." I said to him, "You know how you look because you're seeing your flags. You ain't know how I look because you're not seeing my flags." He said, "Boy, you got a point here. You have to be very careful being carried away with the things you want to see.
Yep,
Correct,
yep,
yeah.
exactly.
You have to be very careful.
And being among each other.
And you're right. We just call it blowing hot air. Among each other, without a critical mind, without a critical voice, I tell you, boy, Barry, we good, Barry. Boy, Julian, man, can't beat us.
But we among each other.
But we among each other.
Yeah.
While a fellow outside now, if you get a critical voice, will tell you, you look good among your people. Because when I went to the rallies this Saturday night. France had his,
National Alliance.
National Alliance, and
Beauty.
UD. And I drove, and again, with a critical eye, I looked at National Alliance, the main opponent. I looked at their crowd. I drove by, I studied. I said, they ain't gonna make it. And why I said that? Because I saw National Alliance supporters. That's all I saw. I didn't see no variance, no different support. For you to win an election, Brian, you got to get the new votes. You got to get new voters. You got to expand your base.
I would say very boldly because we're in a democratic country. I'm hearing various discussions on the radio, right? And Brian, I don't agree with the national government at this moment. I'm sorry, that is my opinion. I do not agree with it. Brian, why I do not agree with that is because we had an election.
Exactly.
Why? Explain me something. Why have an election? Put us go through all of this and go with it. Why not national government before the election? Because we're in the crisis, right? Before the election. They had various politicians on the National Alliance and not on the National Alliance that came on this radio station and said they didn't agree with it. We didn't have to have no elections. I hear all of them speak. So now, we went to the polls.
Correct.
And now you get mashed up. Now you want a national government.
Once
That is my opinion, okay?
Well, there's two sides to that story,
No, but I'm saying my opinion.
I got you, I got
I'm
you.
hearing you now.
The reason why, national government or broad-based government is because when they put it in the hands of the people, they're saying that's what the people wanted. Because if the people wanted X party to get 8 seats or 9 seats, it would have shown. So now to see how the country is divided 7, 5, 2, 1, or whatever it is, they're saying that's what the people want. Now it's in the hand of the electorates,
But if you
the
look at
parties to decide who's going to join.
no,
with where.
but if you look at it, Brian, sorry, Daddy, but if you look at it, then always the country is divided.
It will be, but that's why we have that election.
But what
to-
I'm
to-
saying,
to make sure.
what I'm saying is, Brian,
Mhm.
Brian, the National Alliance and the UD are the two biggest parties.
Mhm.
okay?
Correct.
The UD had beat the National Alliance, I think it was about 1,000 votes, bro.
Mhm.
That's a lot of votes in a small country like this, bro.
Mhm.
They leaned against the UD, meaning they give Theo Heiliger and his team the most support
Mhm.
to carry St. Martin and to bring it forward.
Mhm.
And if me know, my opinion again,
Mhm.
if UD turn around and say, all right, let's have a national government, I think a lot of UD supporters are going to be vexed, going to be mad. They would not agree with that.
Okay.
Let me add a little experience to the conversation. There was no clear majority. That is
Right,
true.
right.
The numbers tell you that.
Mhm.
But numbers don't tell you we want everybody in government. That ain't what the numbers say. The numbers say we have a clear majority in terms of the votes. The most votes were cast for UD, period.
Mhm.
No two ways about it. Not by close, not by far.
Mhm.
The most votes were cast for UD. After that, you have a national alliance. The point I'm making, and I agree with Junior, you can't have an election
Mhm.
and then want to go for a national government. See?
Mhm.
The people, that ain't what the people tell you. They tell you, I told you, that party has the most votes. The thing what we should do, right, to be honest, the constitutional change I would love to see, is what the French do over here, what they call a ballotage,
Yeah, that's awesome.
a runoff.
So now UD and National Alliance go against each other.
Correct. They go on the following, a week later,
Correct.
you're gonna head off, you go head on,
Right.
and a runoff
The
election,
best man wins, eh?
Mhm.
and let the best man win.
Mhm.
That's the constitutional change we should go through.
Makes sense.
But using what we got now,
Mhm.
you have the biggest party, and that party will decide who it will merge with
Mhm.
to form a coalition. But a national government, no, definitely not. You can't, look, let me tell you something. Any wage of a tremendous election, and it waged a tremendous election.
Mhm.
The guys were on radio every day, they did everything what they were supposed to do, except a couple of things, which I'll keep to myself. Okay? There were a couple of things key things that they should have done
Mhm.
to win. Because as I said to you, when I looked at the crowd this Saturday night, I said, looks good. You got your NA supporters, you have energized your base. From during the election, I tell Johnny, the NA is doing good and, give them their base energy.
Yeah, they getting
The
oomph.
the oomph,
Yeah.
right, But in terms of winning,
Mhm.
you don't have enough numbers.
No, you know, I would like to go on some. Let's start with the numbers, but let me start with the Christian Party B.
Mhm.
You know what? In my opinion, let me start to say my opinion.
But we gotta congratulate
Congratulate the gentlemen. Yes,
Yes.
that's the first thing we have to do. Congratulate them.
That's right.
But hearing the various people on the road
Mhm.
is like last election they didn't get a seat by 99 votes. So the people had helped them to gain that seat.
Mhm.
And it's like we're gonna give them a chance.
Correct.
Give them a chance.
Correct.
But now there's all kind of things on the radio and people calling and people saying this, that, meaning that have people that because they have a manifesto and like people didn't read the manifesto or they was not fully informed
Mhm.
about it.
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard some things on the road, what are their plans, etc.
Mhm.
But I would tell the people of St. Martin to, especially the people who voted for the Christian Party, to read the manifesto. I have one here myself,
Mhm.
and I would really like to go in at least two things that they have here. Okay, I would like to start with the same gender marriage. Okay, that was very boldly about here. It says here, sexual orientation and gender identity should never lead to discrimination or abuse. Okay, as far as same-sex marriage is concerned, Christian Party is in agreement with the law as mentioned in St. Martin Civil Code, etc., which state that marriage is between man and a woman.
Mhm.
Christian Party will not champion same-sex marriage in Parliament. So that they're very boldly about that. They're saying that does not agree with same-sex marriage. Okay? You have any comments on that, or?
But obviously, a lot of people take that same stand.
Yeah.
You know.
You live in a Christian community.
Exactly, but forget about the outside world. Sometimes we have to think about what's best for
That's
Samantha.
correct. That's correct. Your
You
culture.
know,
You have
so
to
you
protect your
stand
culture.
strong in what you believe in.
Indeed.
No, I could identify with
Yeah.
that. Being I don't know if you should call it a Christian community or a church-going community
Right.
or a God-fearing community. Let's
Yeah.
call it that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a God-fearing community, and we believe the book in a good book,
Mm-hmm.
the Bible, that said marriage is between a man and a woman. And I could identify with that.
And sometimes when you say that, you have to say it with force. Married
Yeah.
in a woman, period.
Period.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand?
That's what, that's
Stand
why
what
the
you believe.
party was very bold on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Really
I
did give their stand.
respect them for that.
I can identify with that too.
You don't want to be adapting everybody culture.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no. Not to please
Now
outside
on
the-
prostitution, is I didn't read nowhere here they're saying that they want to close it.
Mhm.
All they're saying is prostitution on St. Martin is illegal, and the Christian Party is opposed to legalizing it. I don't know what they actually mean by that. Until recently, women were brought from abroad under false pretense, namely as dancers and bartenders. These women were exploited, harassed, and often abused or ill-treated. But prostitution is legal here.
No, not really.
No?
It's what we call a gedogen beleid, a tolerated policy.
Okay. But I mean, if you have licenses in place.
No, you get licenses for dansen voor tiermeisjes. So the girls are allowed to come to dance, they're allowed to entertain. And we turn a blind eye to the prostitution. But that's not the problem, you know, because St. Martin has known the prostitution for decades now. The problem is, and it is claimed, you know, I don't have research, I don't have numbers, it is claimed that prostitution diverts rape and that kind of behavior.
Okay.
Where the problem is the smuggling in human beings,
Oh yeah.
the locking up of these girls, taking away the passports.
That's the issue there. Yeah.
You know, those things you can't agree with. I can't agree with that. Okay? These girls work, they get paid, and that's fine with me. As far as I'm concerned, that is fine. Okay? But abusing people, taking away their passports, locking them up, no.
Correct.
We shouldn't do that.
I agree.
You know.
Yeah, I agree on that also.
Yeah, but in terms of the gedogen beleid, you know, I see nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
On the casinos and the gambling, okay, they haven't also said that they want to close the casinos. What is stated is that the Christian Party is also aware of the fact that casinos are not paying their share in taxes. There are laws in place to control the casino, but they are not properly enforced. So he is stating that, let me read what he said. The Christian Party recognizes that casinos contribute to the St. Martin economy
Right.
by attracting tourists to the island, which is, I agree on that, by providing jobs, revenue in the form of taxes, indeed. But now he is stating that, or the party is stating that, there have to be more control in the
Correct,
paying
correct.
of taxes.
Correct.
Of,
And I think also what I heard they were mentioning is the fact that the casinos don't enforce some agreement or some law they have with the locals being in there spending all their money.
Yeah.
It should be a tourist something, you know, have most of the tourists or whoever come to the island visit. But the problem we have is we have people, locals, who go with the whole paycheck and they lose everything in
They
there.
have a law in place about that? Or?
There's a
something.
policy where a local is not allowed or shouldn't be allowed. That's why I have controllers
Right.
to go to the casino more than 4 times a month. Once a week.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not enforced.
That it's not used to be enforced. Yeah,
But how can you control that? How can you?
They used to control it. They used to control it good. You couldn't get in the casino without an ID.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you used to get fined. You used to get a fine, or the ban you from the casino
Awesome.
up to the time of Mr. Governor Ralph Richardson.
That's why I always keep saying, and I'm going to say it again. I mentioned it a while already, but traveling is important. I traveled to the Bahamas.
Well, I was just going to bring that
I
example. Go
traveled
ahead.
to the Bahamas, and over there, locals cannot gamble, period. If you find you gambling, you're gonna get a fine.
Okay, and what's the consequence of locals not being able to gamble in the Bahamas?
The consequence, well, the country, the locals, they flourish because they have
Yes,
money in their pocket
that's
and
correct.
they don't gamble their money.
That's correct.
You know, because if a minimum wager, and that's more that happens most of the time, the minimum wages go and spend the money and finish the money. That's why in the Bahamas, the high rollers, meaning the businessmen and etc., they fly to Florida
Yes.
and they gamble.
Okay.
But you need money to do that.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
So a minimum wage is not going to go all the way to Florida. No, they're not going to do that.
Let me add to that. I definitely, when Junior was small, my wife and I used to take pleasure in taking them traveling all over the world with them. And yes, we went to Bahamas more than once. The consequence of locals not being able to gamble is a higher home ownership rate. Most Bahamians own a house.
Okay.
Yes.
Lots of Bahamians own
Owns land,
businesses.
land, Land too.
Lots of Bahamians own land. Now, we are living in a circumstance where we have let the locals, where we have let it get out of hand. Let me put it that way. And I agree with the Christian Party that we should bring it back under control.
Right.
No, don't stop the locals from gambling because that's something that we have in our culture and our history. But the policy of once a week, or maybe twice a week, we should go back to that. Because I spoke to a banker some days ago, and we were discussing back and forth. I went out to the casino and was talking to my banker. And the banker said that, this is remarkable, the monies that they have been receiving from the casinos after Irma is about the same amount of money they've been receiving before Irma.
Wow.
Yeah, that is wow.
And imagine our country is
Right.
It's supposed to be bad shape.
Yeah.
The good person was sharing with me. I think that week one of the casino had brought to the bank 30 or 40,000 euros, and on a weekly basis go on. It is sad on one hand because that money is local money, you know, primarily because we don't have tourists right now.
Correct.
Hardly any tourists.
And how could you recall?
Wow, yes.
Could you recall how soon did the casinos open back after Irma?
I can't remember.
Because
Not right away, but it took up.
Yeah.
Like Plaza Casino
and
opened after.
And they opening
month or
fast.
so.
They opening back fast for who?
It's for the locals.
If we had no tourists.
Exactly.
Because before, remember, now I understand where my father's getting to. Because before, the tourists used to pump in the casinos,
Yeah.
Because in Curacao, the locals just keep the casinos open.
That's a fact.
Curacao,
Without them, they were closed.
yeah, without the locals, don't have no casinos in Curacao. But over here, when I go to casinos, I visit in the evening. A lot of tourists, bro. Hollywood, you know, it's a lot of tourists around. But now that we don't have much tourists, something is wrong there.
When you hear this kind of money being dropped, especially the euros, a lot of folks on the French side come to the Dutch side to gamble
Absolutely, yes.
and drop these euros. And it's a lot of money for social security money. You know, money to buy food and clothes and housing. And this money being dropped in a couple of owners' hands. Just a handful of guys own the casinos.
You
And
know?
they're flourishing.
And on the casinos also.
So we could agree, I personally could agree with bringing some kind of regulation into
casino locals.
local visitation to casinos.
And also the taxes there, because
They gotta pay taxes, yes.
Remember,
I agree.
in Curacao, I remember telling you once, Brian, Elvin Wheels, rest in peace, when he came up and rising in Curacao, when he was up and rising, he said, "We cannot kill the small man on taxes. The casinos and the number sellers, they have to pay the big taxes.
There you go.
Pay the fair share.
They is making tons and tons of money. It's like the U.S. Baseball players, basketball players, you gotta pay taxes, bro. You make a lot of money.
The lotto also. If you win a lotto, about 50% of that money going to taxes.
Yeah, boy. In Europe also, man.
Yeah.
Europe is the same thing.
You win
a lot of that money goes to the taxes.
You win 50 million, 25 is theirs.
On the Carnival point, also I really, this is the last one I want to get on them. Very important. He is saying here, let me just read it. Christian Party is not opposed to Carnival as a culture event. I don't know what he's trying to say with that, but anyway, what Christian Party opposes is the amount of nudity, drunkenness, vulgarity within Carnival that take during this festival. Christian Party would like to bring back the culture aspect so that parents can take their children to watch and enjoy Carnival, or even allow them to take part in the various cultural events during the Carnival season. So I think what he's trying to say is he wants to maybe the nudity, he wants to regulate that.
Right.
The drunkenness and the vulgarity. You know, once you have nudity and drunkenness, you get vulgarity. You know, like Juve Morning, etc. You know, but you know, bro, Juve Morning to me is like a culture of St. Martin, bro. What is your take?
Many Caribbean islands are Juve Morning.
Yeah.
Culture.
Let me back up with you a little bit. The Carnival Committee, as such, recently have been implementing certain rules. With the nudity, yes, and the behavior. So that we are gradually getting there. We are reversing gradually. You know, again, it's not an extreme position of the Christian Party. It's, you know, it's something understandable.
Yeah.
You know, you want to maintain a certain moral standard in your country and a certain moral behavior. It's not extreme. We can't say that, but it's already taken place. So the positions that Junior brought forward on the Christian Party, I don't think they're extreme positions. You know.
I agree.
I don't think they are.
Brian, so that was the Christian Party. You know, I just wanted to touch one or two because
Make it known.
make it clear
Yeah.
for the public because there's people out there, you know, saying, yeah, I want to do this, do that. We have a call? Maybe we have a call there.
Go ahead. Carl, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Good.
All right. I was following your program, and I was quite interested by you reading out some elements of the Christian Party's manifesto.
Yes.
One thing I would like the party to consider is that I'm not against limiting local to the casino, but I have an issue with the church owning so much property because the church has become like a government. Like the Catholic Church, for example, have their own banks and the Vatican City. So it's like a business right now. I have been to church and I look at the collection plate. You have to pay 1/10 of your salary as tithe. So we don't get taxes from that. And I don't think God needs the money. Even after you pay your tithe, if the church has 3 services daily, they have a collection plate 3 times a day. So I think we should start putting controllers in the churches so we can get back a fair share of taxes. Because if you look at it, it's only poor people who happily can live on the minimum wage who is paying all those guys. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
Let me respond there, please, really quickly. Caller, thanks for that call.
Thank you for that call, yeah.
There's a philosophy, a discussion always separating church and state. It's always as old as the centuries. In the United States right now, there's a movement from the government to start to tax the churches.
Yeah. I'm
Because
sorry to say that, sorry.
Yeah,
I really believe it's becoming a racket now. You know?
Yeah.
Especially in the United States, especially there. I cannot say here because I haven't really seen.
Yeah. When you see how the pastors are living off
I mean,
church money.
I saw a pastor have a jet. He said he need a jet to reach the other state fast because God need to give the God's word fast. So they what they're doing now, they're trying to benefit from the Bible now to make money. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, business.
The caller got a point where
yes.
you know government need to look into what's you know the kind of income the churches have, but I think with a flexible hand. You know, with a flexible hand, enabling the churches to expand, the churches to reinvest, and so on. I do not believe, because I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that in a man that came to earth, that called himself Jesus Christ, that was Jesus Christ, he didn't live in opulence. He didn't live in luxury. He had a fancy donkey. the other donkey, period. Okay? Meaning that, yes, the government should make sure or look at the pastors living a moderate life.
Right.
You can't be taking the tithes from the people and living this tremendously luxurious life.
The
And
car-
estates, and you got helicopters, and you got
Yeah,
jets.
the caller really have a point there.
You got a point.
You know, and when you see how you know what I think is good, what I think would be good. I don't even have it though, but it's just in my mind, like a committee over all the churches, and they have to, whatever income comes, they have to explain this committee where all this money went to. This went to there, this went to there, this went to there. Because then you know what's happening within the church and what are they doing.
It's
with the
like
money.
the electoral council with the elections, with the political parties.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so some form, you know, we need to think about it.
Yeah, we need to control it.
We need to think about
Well, for me, it makes sense when you say across the board, if they're earning an income, tax them.
Yeah.
You know, because just like the poor people go to the casinos and spend their money, poor people every Sunday or every week they're in church spending their money as
And
well.
some of them, bro,
Yeah.
give the
Yeah, they-
percentage
religiously,
even
yes,
if they're going,
yes,
even they're
yes.
hungry or whatever,
Yeah.
that
That
10%
is true.
goes to the
That
church.
is true.
You know what I'm saying? So-
they could tax an income in that sense, makes sense, because the government needs that fund as well.
And I believe if you, honestly, as a pastor and people giving you 10% and you take it, put it in your car or do something, you're abusing people because that's not what you have to do.
It's
with that money.
literally is abuse.
It's
If you look at the
abuse.
States, how swaggered and a lot of these guys are living, I mean, it's Pastor Dollar and these guys. It is disgraceful in the name of Jesus, in the name of God, to be living like that with all the poverty around you, with all the distress around you, and you living in ultimate opulence. You're living with gold this and diamond that and jets and nice girls
And it's clear where the money is coming
And
from.
it's clear where the money is coming
that's the
from.
for me, that's the distasteful
yes,
part of it.
that's a distasteful.
Yeah, that's-
Hard earned, hard sweat. You know, going to the people. So the
But
the
then
Carla has a point.
But
yeah.
then again, too, you gotta congratulate the minimum churches that are giving back to the community.
Sure.
That
Yes,
are
sure.
helping.
Indeed,
You're
indeed.
seeing where the money is going.
Totally
Yeah,
agree.
You know,
So they're
whether
doing good
whether
work.
they have a soup kitchen, whether they
Yep.
give to the
Yes,
the
yes,
poor
yes,
every day.
yes.
So you
You
gotta
gotta commend
congratulate
those.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, while we're commending people,
Yeah.
I think we should commend the St. Martin people.
Yeah, of course.
And this election had gone by.
Because
I really forgot that part.
yeah, after I was just going to the numbers,
Go
right?
ahead, go ahead.
I seen here, 13,954 people went out and voted.
How much percent?
I don't have
61,
that. 60 something, yeah.
63 according to me.
60.
And
So
it was 66 the last time.
after a hurricane like that,
That's a tremendous turnout.
people really came out. You know, no, let me go to the numbers because time are really going fast. Let me start with the small parties. Brian, SDM, and I'm gonna say what I said the before in our analysis. I remember telling you Benjamin Ortega, he's a good candidate, and I believe he would make it on one of the big parties. But I didn't think he wanted that because he didn't have, his vision was different. But as you see here, the gentleman had got 288 votes, and he would have got elected on any other party. I can guarantee you that. But
That's not a bad showing.
it's not a bad showing. What is your take on that?
Well, I like the vision of a new party.
Yeah.
Because it gives young people hope in a sense of let's say either one of us want to join a party, you know, just say
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you would preferably want to go to a fresh new face party. So this gentleman, he's doing good, but like I said the last time, he needs more. His party list needs to be more broad.
More candidates.
Yeah, a lot more candidates.
Yeah, in total I got 460 votes. Just
And
far,
then-
by far. first.
and then the candidates that he has too, you need a type of quality.
Yes.
Okay.
Not just a couple friends or close people that you know to just be on your list because they're not pulling their own weight. It's
Exactly.
obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
But I would like to encourage him to continue.
Of course.
With 488,
Yeah.
400 how much?
416
Yeah,
votes.
416.
In total.
For-
He had got himself 288.
Yeah.
He needs to revamp that list.
You know, but Brian, you know, St. Martin is a small country, right? I would, okay, if he was on another list, he would have another new face in Parliament, Brian. You know, and I always tell people this, Brian. When you go out there and you campaign, somebody might tell you, "Boy, you're on the wrong list."
Exactly. Yeah.
But one thing our people have to realize that when you go inside of Parliament, Brian, you're going as one man, you know, no color. You're going as Brian Barry, okay, as an individual, and that's where, as we talked about, we're not going to go too much in it, but that's where the ship jumping comes, because if you go in there, Brian, and these people don't, or you can't come to agreement, you know, that's why I always say democracy, or you can't come to agreement, you're gonna move, you know, so. That's where, but as you say, we keep encouraging him. He did a great job, 288 votes. You know, and I haven't seen them much. I haven't heard them much. No big money, but they still could have gained their votes.
I would say to him, stick with it.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know, stick with the party, but revamp that list.
But but keep moving within the years.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
don't be discouraged.
Don't go die.
No.
Because if you keep moving, he can grow his list also. Because 5 candidates is hard to make it.
But that's the strength of the Christian Party.
Yeah.
Mr. Wycliffe Smith, Pastor Wycliffe Smith,
He's still there.
kept the issues going. There's another point you have to commend the public on. 2 or 3 points. One, they were disillusioned and didn't want to vote, but they still went to vote.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one.
yeah.
2, people didn't vote because big money was swinging. Didn't happen.
This election, boy. Ooh.
If there was vote buying, it was on a very minimal scale. And I must say I expected the turnout to be lower.
I be too.
Yeah, I said because people had gotten accustomed to voting for little vote buying, a little cash, a little this, a little that. That was at a minimal, if at all. But it still went out and vote.
Yeah.
So we gotta commend the people, congratulate them sincerely, that from here on, they're gonna be voting for issues and people, personalities with something to contribute.
To the table, yes.
Go ahead with your analysis.
We have the PPA. My opinion on the PPA is full respect for Rosita Arundel, but you know, I believe this time we have to come and this time we have to fill up your shoes and back up a young candidate. That's my opinion on the PPA basically.
What was their score?
Become an advisor.
Yeah, I'll become an advisor for a party. The score was very low, 280. Rosita didn't get 100 votes single. She got 92 votes, you know, that's very low.
I could see some of the bright candidates on the PPA
Yes.
go into SDM.
Yes.
In a sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What would have been an ideal, or maybe an idea, they still wouldn't have made it, but maybe a little more push, maybe if the SDM and them would have merged, maybe.
PP and SM.
Yes, maybe they could have become a
voice to be reckoned with, yeah.
you know,
Well,
You know?
2 something and 4 something. How much is that?
it's 700. It's still almost, you need 300 to
No, but that's quite a force.
Yes, it's quite a force.
Because
you know?
because with that force of 700 votes, you possibly could have pulled the
For one
extra
seat,
tax.
yeah.
You could
You
have
know, and
possibly
maybe
put
they
it
would
to
have
five.
a different, maybe they come together and they have another name, they would have a different from the public
Yeah,
too.
a different
You know,
chemistry.
different chemistry, people would have feel different about them, you know. Going fast now, let me go to we talk about the Christian Party already. Congratulations to Mr. Wycliffe. The gentleman did really good.
Really good.
One of the highest vote getters. I think it was the third one,
Yes, sir,
577
number 3.
votes.
Yeah.
Very good.
You
Very
know,
good.
he did very, very good. I still believe that his list could have done a little better, but what to say? What's your
Well,
take?
they did very good, man. You know, tell you the honest truth. Going back to the SAP days, I remember we pulled a seat by 2 votes.
Yeah.
You know, so and it's tremendous. At that time, money used to swing. It's tremendously hard work.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with your recommendation to Gracita to join with the SDM and try to form one force, or to possibly become an advisor and push a young candidate.
I believe, I there's times that it's time now. If you see the highest vote getters, the MPs now, they are showing that there's time for the new faces and the new young guys. Now.
Well,
We'll reach to that soon.
To join your point. When you look at the numbers,
Yeah.
you got to ask yourself, what is the electorate telling us? The first message, when we look at Mr. Marlin's score, when we look at Mr. Hyson Richardson is no longer in Parliament, Mr.
Let me reach
Salmon.
there. We will reach there just now. One day
Okay.
we'll reach there.
Okay.
Let me finish with USP, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Brian, again, we were going back. I think my feeling was that I didn't feel it was going to get the sympathy votes as people were saying.
Right,
you know,
right,
I really didn't felt
You
it.
didn't feel it?
I didn't feel it at all, and at the numbers, you can see that also. You know, I believe that the holding of MP France Richardson was
Played a big factor.
really
It
played
hurt
a big
yes,
factor.
definitely, that's the way
You know,
it is.
I believe the new candidates like Valier Rolando,
Rolando.
you know, they did well. I congratulate them also. They did really well. But I believe if they wouldn't have hold France,
Yeah.
I still think they would have gotten a little more votes. They would have done more,
I agree.
but better, because people will still see it as your leader.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
People will still see boy your leader. You know,
Yeah.
and you can see France dropped tremendously in votes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I never in my life see France get 300 votes.
Yeah.
You know, so but he got 315 votes, so he dropped a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that also has a question mark for me on the party.
Well,
Question mark meaning not that they're gonna die, meaning if France is gonna pull back and give the young, because this party can become the new millennium, the new
Correct.
young
The
people.
face of
But
new millennium.
yeah, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
I seeing that future in the USP, but I don't know if
With
you
that
know,
same leader.
with that if France is gonna pull back
Yeah.
and back the party
Yeah.
or leave them take it.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I differ of opinion there. I believe France is still a young man, and he's still got what to offer in terms of his contribution. That arrest that took place definitely hurt him and definitely hurt the party.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not discounting him yet.
Yeah.
See, he's not like the old guard which we're going to come to now that should leave the scene. I don't think France have shown the last of him yet. No.
No, but what I'm saying is maybe I'm not saying maybe if I'm saying maybe if will he self say, you know what guys, or you take the party over and I will be the advisor, because he been around for a long time also.
Also, yes,
you know,
yes,
so
yes.
it would not, for example, for you to put your shoes, Brian, I would respect you, because you'll say, boy, you know what, Rolando and you and the guys, or you take over. You know, it's like my father telling me, for example, boy, you go ahead and do your thing, I'm just going to take my time, you know. But again, as you see, he lost a lot of votes.
Left
you
to
know?
be seen.
Yeah, left.
Yeah, it's left to is a question mark. Okay, Brian, we was just now I was telling you about the younger population and the younger MPs coming, younger candidates. We go at the National Alliance. You know, on the National Alliance, you see, I mean, as I said, their voters remain with the party. They got 4,139 votes. You know,
4,000 much?
4,139 votes in
139,
total. Okay, Brian, seeing this party, you go to George Pantoflet. He's an old, well, he's been around a long time.
Let me interrupt. Now you got to look at the messages that the electorate is sending.
Sending.
Clear
Okay.
message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have George Pantoflet, Hyson Richardson, Samuel, you have Samuel,
Rudolph
Samuel. You know, you have William Allen Garden, you have William
But
Allen also.
decline a lot of votes.
But got declined a lot of votes. Meaning now, what I'm saying, you see now, Ardwell gone, I mean, that guy shoot off in Georgia. I would like to congratulate him also.
Definitely.
He got
Congratulations,
352 votes. I mean, Christopher Emmanuel, even though he's a new politician, I still have him for a new
Relatively
politician,
new.
relatively new. 571 votes. I mean, these guys, you got the new guy, number 9 on the list. He got
York.
328 votes.
First time.
First time.
As York. Huh?
The guy do that.
That's
So
incredible.
the people is saying, boy, these guys gotta go in. You know, Hyson, Mr. Hyson got 100 votes, if I'm not, Hyson Richardson? No, 151. Mr. Hyson Richardson always clear to something, always. To something, straight. You know?
I think for the past years he's been on a decline.
Yes,
If you check
yes,
his
yes,
numbers.
yes.
Has been on a decline.
You know?
And
So-
eventually you're
Yeah,
down
yeah,
here.
get right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Brian.
Yeah.
Before you get wiped out, you take your shoes and you say,
Leave the scene.
leave the scene. You retire as a hero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So National Alliance, I see a lot of voters going to the young candidates. So this means that St. Martin is ready to change now. It's getting there.
Before you, that's a fact. It's getting to change or has changed.
Yeah.
Sylvia Jacobs, we gotta commend her.
Yeah, she did really well
She
also.
did awesomely well.
Yes,
How much votes she got there?
896, almost 900 votes.
Congratulations, Sylvia. Very good showing.
We're going to the UD now, United Democrats.
So before going there, it's clear that because who votes National Alliance is basically National Alliance voters.
Voters, yes.
Their voters, it's telling them, old boys, move off the scene.
It's time to
You guys,
sit down.
we want to see what you're going to do. Welcome to the scene.
Yeah,
That's what their voters are telling them.
yeah. UD, Brian, the biggest surprise on this list for me, honestly, was because me and you also talked about it, was Sarah Rescott Williams. She got 560 votes. She increased in votes. What was the reason you think for that, Brian? What was your first when you saw the amount of votes she got? I mean, congratulate her also. With all
Yeah,
the respect.
congratulations to
Respect.
Definitely.
She got 560 votes. On the road, people were saying, I don't know if they should go with Sarah. That will hurt them.
No, but
Tell me, what is
listen,
your...
It's obvious and it's a clear-cut case for me. If she had stayed with DP, dead.
But why she got the votes on...
No,
why?
because it's obvious UD revived her. When you are you're dying and somebody revive you.
But
it's
how can it...
how do you mean how the people would see it? Okay, she in DP no more. She there with her boy Tio now. You understand? So her true supporters.
There was a freshness to it.
Yeah,
There
of
was a
course.
freshness
Her
to
true
it.
supporters say yes, we're still alive.
Yeah.
We're still alive. And the others who gave her the support say, man, I commend her for not staying where she was, sinking, and she joined with you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a quick question.
There you go.
Compare the two numbers of UD and NA. NA got 4139.
Yes, 4139 and the UD get 5,749, almost 6,000 votes. So that's more than 1,000 votes.
So that's 1,500 votes give or
Yes,
take. 1,500 vote difference.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
It's a big difference.
Another thing, MP, the leader, Theo,
He declined as well, huh?
yes, he declined, but
Which is showing you again.
Brian,
Every-
but I mean, he declined, but the highest vote getter by far, bro. Why? Why you think? Why?
Well, like your father said, the business community and people right now are hurting and they believe this gentleman can make that change.
Yeah.
So he's getting, I would say he's getting the
Benefit of the doubt.
yeah, but what's the
Would you
word?
buy?
He's getting the when I give you that's your
Credit?
task.
The credit?
I'm giving him somebody that's your task to do.
The leader.
Yeah, the
leader,
confidence.
right?
The
So they put the
confidence.
confidence in him. Now listen here, we hotting, and
That's what I'm saying.
out of everybody right now, I think you could.
I'm gonna put this in your hands.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Correct.
it. That's why I like the article he
Correct.
wrote the last. I would like to congratulate him also because remember, guys, never take votes for granted.
No, don't do that.
People get up in the morning, take a shower, go out there and vote for you,
Yeah.
and and by forgetting 1,200 votes is.
But what my
How much
point
you got?
would be
How much,
is,
Taylor?
1288, 1289.
listen, right now is the time for St. Martin to shine. Why I'm saying that, the word I was looking for, the business community, like your father is saying, the people who are working, who want to see the economy change, they give to you the mandate.
Yes.
It's now or never, no?
Yeah, yeah.
It's now or never,
Yeah.
because like I'm telling you,
Not always.
yeah, it's
Not always.
declining, his votes are already declining. So
Yeah.
you see his true supporters stay there. People who used to vote for him for whatever reason, you could see some of them pull back too, went to the other parties. And the situation that we're in right now, like you say, okay, great, give this gentleman the mandate. If he doesn't come through now, again, it's going to be dwindling now.
Yeah, but
That's what's important for me right now.
He got the benefit of the
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, Brian. One thing St. Martin shows you though, they want to see what you're doing though. I believe in that.
Yeah,
They want to
yeah,
see.
yeah.
They don't like to keep talking from now till then. They want to see, and Theo has proven, and he has done a lot from '95 since he came in to now.
Yeah.
So they're still holding on what he did
Correct.
because
You see,
let's be real. He been in opposition, and Theo is a man that does things and make things happen. That's what he's known for.
Well, that's my point. We need to see things happening
Yes.
now.
No. Yes.
So since you're known for this and known for that, this time around, there's no playing games, huh?
Yeah.
No, but I have I have absolutely no doubt in his capacity. Teo's still a young man. He still has a vision. He's still creative, because I think that really is what keeps him going. That creativity. The message I would take to the young parliamentarians. You got to perform now. You can't be with like some parliamentarians that have been there for 12, 14, 16 years and can't point at nothing that they have done. Some of these guys have been there for 3, 4 terms and nothing.
But
You can't depend on money to buy votes anymore. That's over. That era is finished. So to the new parliamentarians, you get into office, get something done.
yeah, especially
At the end of the 4 years, I want to hear you say, I have proposed this legislation. I have built this little boat. I have built that house. I put on so many roofs. You got to tell the people, you got to point at something. You can't just come tell me vote for you, why vote for me, vote. No, it's not going to happen.
And you see here also, Brian, I would like to say, like they say, Chanel Brown Bill, he broke the curse. He got elected again.
Yeah.
You know, so
Congratulations to him and his family.
congratulations to him and his family. But I'm saying, I still believe though that the people are still the people that who voted for him had agreed with him then that he pulled the plug.
Yeah.
That something had to be done. But indeed, he still lost votes. But Brian, you know, by checking all the numbers, there was not much politicians, not much candidates that increased in votes, because they had a lot of newcomers and a lot of people that lose votes. I'm not sure. I think even Sylvania lost a few votes. I'm not sure. We have to double check that. Or she increased. We have to double check that.
It was not an easy election.
It was not an easy election.
No.
It was not. But Brian, this was remarkable though. Minister Emily, he lost a lot of votes.
Oh yeah, he lost a lot.
But based on what, bro? Why do you
Remember,
think?
I
I don't. He
I saw
pulled the
that.
hospital. I mean, why? Why do you think that?
I saw that coming.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I saw that
Based
coming.
on, because I was surprised, bro.
Based on the negativity aspect that was out there against him and Christopher. Right there and there.
Yeah.
You have, on one hand, a St. Martina, who the people believe and trust, Christopher, vocal, doing his thing, and all of a sudden, Christopher is in beef, let's say, more or less, with Emily. We know Emily before was just a person, he's doing his job. He wasn't getting involved in any he said, she said.
Yeah.
As soon as he got involved in that
That was it.
That's
that was
it,
it.
boy.
Because who's you in the people's eye?
Yeah.
Already we were saying, but St. Martina, already he's not looking like one of us. You know, no discrimination, but
Yeah.
already he was all of that, but he got votes the first time because he was out there just walking.
Yes.
And the people applauded.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
you got elected, walk. And he
Yes.
was
Yes.
walking.
Yes.
Didn't get involved in the melee.
Exactly. Soon he decided to get involved and he feel too comfortable.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He got too comfortable.
What happened to
And
the
the people
politicians?
pulled
Yeah,
the
the old
people pulled the plug. Like,
politicians,
listen, you weren't really one of us, you know.
Yeah.
So behave yourself.
Yeah,
That was clear.
They give him a little one.
Yeah, that was clear.
No, but to the old part. But Brian, if you see it too, let me go run through the one. Okay, Terry Heiliger is an old politician. Scott Williams, Frankie Myers, Mercelina, new politician.
New politician.
Biliani, new politician. Brown Bill to me also new. Emily also is new. Sylvia,
It's new,
new,
relatively
very
new.
new.
Yeah.
Christoph, new.
New.
William is an old politician. Odwell, new. Egbert,
Duran,
new. France, old politician. Rolando, brand new. Wycliffe Smith, brand new. So the people elected a new parliamentarian this
Yeah.
year.
The refreshing.
The refreshing.
Yeah,
And it's going to come more changes also. You know, so I give it to the people of St. Martin still, Daddy, because they really put their voice out there, saying
That's
what
right.
we want in this election.
Yeah.
Because the old politicians also got really comfortable. I mean, there were guys in there, bro, for years. It become like a custom.
Yes.
You know, like the seat is theirs.
Yeah.
You know, and they get a wake up call like, yo, that seat is not yours, you know, brother.
Yeah.
So you gotta sit on the side.
They got a call. That's it. It's time for you to go.
Yeah, straight up.
You know, I saw William Martin, and all hats off to him in terms of the work that he put in. Put a
lot of work.
Put in a tremendous amount of work into this campaign, but was not able to.
But with William, it still looked like he did what he said he was going to do, huh? He was the anchor. Because when you were going down the list, seeing the top looking heavy, and all of a sudden they get light. They ain't pulling no votes. They see Bam number 23. He's still there.
Yeah.
He's still there.
Well,
So he did. He know his time is cutting short, and he did do what he said he was going to do, be the anchor for the party.
Well, let's put it this way. I expected that more votes would have materialized for him.
I think he expected that too, bro.
Yeah, I think so too. Because again, the National Alliance voters sent him and the others a message.
Yeah. Let's wrap up.
Anyhow, thanks a lot for this opportunity, guys.
So Martin, thank you so much. It was a nice program. SOS, thank you. Brian Barry, thank you. My boy Melo, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
And
thank
so
you.
Martin, thank you. We just hope that there's a new government as soon as possible, bro.
Yeah.
And that we can hope for 4 years that we have a government.
Yes. So
Right.
Martin people, once again, congratulations to yourself for going out there and voting. You did an incredible job. Keep it up. And remember, life is all about choices. So be careful who you choose and what you choose, because time waits on no one. Strictly business.
That's it. Thank you.